And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music Free Gaming. All the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous day today, this glorious, glorious Thursday. And it's another Thursday grind stream. I'm in my going solo world, and I am going to be doing some grinding because it just needs to happen. So let's jump over there, and I'll talk about what's going on with, visuals and stuff. Okay, so I am here. I'm even on the right controls here. There we go. And again, grind stream, no YouTube vid today. But here's the deal. I'm up on top of my castle, and let's free cam out here for a minute. I was building this the last time, and it is just full of dirt and stone and all that good stuff. So I need to dig it down to, what level is this? Level 71. Why level 71? So this is my world today. Lots and lots and lots of digging. So that's why we're here. So, I'm trying to think, what fun topics are there that are totally non-spoilery and not going to ruin TV shows for everybody? That's always the question, right? I have been loving Obi-Wan Kenobi. That show has been all sorts of exciting. But it's like, okay, can we talk about it without ruining it for people? Well, the most recent episode dropped yesterday morning. I guess there's time for people to have seen it, I guess. Yeah, so, but that's been so much fun. That's been fun. This last episode has some really great moments between Kenobi and Anakin, and Riva is beginning to be interesting. That's been exciting. I haven't been super thrilled with the character of Riva over the last since the beginning of the show. Not that she's been a bad character, but it's just like, okay, I'm just kind of waiting for things to happen with her, because it felt like there was more going on there, and we just weren't seeing it. Well, now we're starting to see it, and that's been fun. That's been super exciting, so some of that I'm not at all surprised. Oops. And some of it, I guess I'll hop down here. Hey, Neo and Rocking, welcome, welcome. Just realized I somehow managed to not have my chat up in front of me. How y'all doing? Hopefully you're doing well. So, whoa, don't fall down. I was about to say don't fall down the hole, but apparently that's not a thing I get to do today. All right, so yeah. So yeah, it's been interesting seeing Riva's arc as she's dealing with her past, which is fun. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the show goes. As I said, I've been really enjoying Kenobi, so trying not to get into all the spoilers and stuff. Been very busy lately. Okay, hopefully nothing, too crazy. Just, hey, lots of stuff going on. I know that's the case for me. Like, I'm gonna be doing some work at my dad's house this weekend, so no videos to do. I've got crazy stuff going on. Kids have activities, so yeah. Been there, all the busyness. But, could be worse, I suppose. Sometimes it is nice just to not have anything else going on. Yep. There is a lot of dirt on this hill. Yeah, Chateau shows up on Tuesday. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, that's fun. All the home VPN goodness. This is going to take a while. Even with the Haste 2 beacon, this is just going to take roughly forever. But it needs to happen. You know, you let the dirt build up in your castle for this long, and it becomes a problem, right? You just have to start to sweep it out, and that's kind of where we're at today. Oh, yeah, so much dirt. Well, I'm going down. I'm at... This is what, Y96? I need to get down to Y71 to get this castle down to the level I need it. So, it's going to be a lot of dirt, a lot of stone. I'm not going to collect any of it. I'm just going to let it rot. You know, just because I don't want to spend the time dealing with it. However, I may have to make a trip out to repair my tools. We'll see how much this ends up eating into my shovel and stuff. Though I think I might have another spoon. Yeah, TNT. Yeah, thought about it. I don't have enough sand though. I've got the TNT, or I've got the gunpowder, but I don't have sand. So it's like, well, I could go insta-mine lots and lots of dirt. Or I can insta-mine lots and lots of sand. And I can insta-mine the stone because of the Haste 2 beacon. So, you know, I'm not really gaining a whole lot. Plus, there are parts of this area that are really narrow. And TNT gets messy. But the thought did cross my mind. Yep, we could just blow the whole thing up. That could be all sorts of fun. Because who doesn't love a little kablooey kablooey all over the place? The neighbors, that's who. The neighbors don't get particularly thrilled when you start blowing up stuff around them, you know? They're just sitting there trying to have a nice quiet evening, watching something, you know, peaceful and like kickboxing or something, and next thing you know, you got TNT everywhere. Maybe they're watching a World War II documentary. It just brings the action home, you know? Fortunately, I don't need this. Go away. Oh, so much. This is going to take so much. This is only, like... I think this is, up to this point, maybe it's 2/3. Maybe it's 2/3 of it coming out this way. More about what Router OS is capable of. Oh, nice. Oh, trying to collect... Oh, speed test data. Okay, fun. Yeah, it's nice when you have a fully capable OS on your device. Something to be said for using Linux devices over Cisco and things like that, you know? It's like, I get to play with all sorts of good stuff. Oh, at least, this is why I set up the Haste 2 beacon, right? Because at least I get insta-mine and... Oh, this is so grindy. I suppose I should save maybe some of the iron. I don't need to. I don't need to save the iron, but it would be nice to have for decorative purposes, I guess. Because I have an iron farm. I don't need the iron. But the iron ore could be useful for any number of decorative purposes. if you don't have sea mammals decorating your castle for you, you know, really you're missing out. They bring a certain level of sophistication to your decorations, you know? So yeah, decorative porpoises. Tell your friends. Okay, oh, night is fine. I should probably go find a bed. This is the one drawback here, is that I am tearing out some of the brick here too. You know, what I don't have here is a trash can. You know, it'd be really nice if I had a spot. I guess this is about as close as I get. I don't have a dedicated spot where I can just say, oh, you know what? This is all going away. Of course, saving the coarse dirt might not be a bad idea, but here I'm just going to go pick it all up again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I may save the coarse dirt. So you just covered it up. Well, the catch is I need... Oops, that's not how you put things in the box. Well, the thing is, I want to put like rooms and stuff inside the building, and that does tend to require not having the dirt and stone there. You know, it's like, I mean, I could have just done the exterior, I suppose, but nah, we'll try it. I'm not typically the type of guy who loves giant projects and things like that. I don't do mega builds, right? Because I get bored and such. But we'll see how this goes. And they released Docker support into Router OS. Nice. Big fan of Docker. Been using it for a while. Wrote a book about it. You know, pretty happy. It's where technology is going for web services and things, so definitely worth learning. Oh, look. Water. Not anymore. Oh, jeez. Yep, this is going to take... It's going to take a while, but it's not going to be too bad, I think. Okay, so why you need Docker on your router? Well, depends on what you're trying to do. If you want to do if you're wanting to do like DNS services on the outside of it, you can throw up a quick container with one of the small DNS services, like oh, I don't know. There are a zillion of them out there. Or you just throw up bind. That's the old staple. Or if you want something that'll go update DynDNS or one of the dynamic DNS services for you. Right? That type of thing is kind of nice. Or if you want to do data analysis of your what your router is doing and don't want to actually install Python or something useful on your router to do that, you can just do it in a container. Yeah, so there are reasons. My brother-in-law was considering for a while a project that would run the routing services in a container, but you run into issues with the shared kernel. Yeah, if those of you who aren't technical people and this is just blowing your minds right now, yeah, sorry about that. We can go back to talking about other things that are fun, like Miss Marvel. That's been a fun show. Yeah, it's a good time to be into geek culture. It's just, You know, when I was growing up, you were careful about who you told you liked Star Wars, or who you liked superheroes and stuff, because you tell the wrong person, and man, it would just ruin your life and your chances for friendship at school. But these days, man, you know, computer games, hey, everyone's into video games. Back when I was in school, if you told someone, again, you're into video games, you just were ostracized. Okay. Lots and lots of dirt. So, and I need to get down. Get very far down. But it's okay. We've got ourselves a couple of hours to deal with this, so it's all good. And, you know, this might actually take all of that time. It's hard to say. But, yeah, if you don't play games, yeah, exactly. If you're the wrong type of gamer, you know. What, you don't play Call of Duty? What is wrong with you? Fortnite's not your jam? Man. You're a dude in his 40s who plays Minecraft? What is up with that? Yeah, you know. Oh, so much garbage here. But that's okay. We got it. Well, it's interesting the number of people who I would consider gamers, who they often aren't considered gamers because, yes, do they spend a couple of hours a day playing video games? Sure. Do they happen to be mobile games like Candy Crush? Okay, sure. But that's still playing video games. So that's, you know, that's a thing. I've never liked this idea that everyone has to like the same thing. Otherwise, you know, you're just wrong. You know, that's just never, that's attitude has never appealed to me, you know? Okay. It's like, so remember one of my daughter's friends was over for a sleepover one night. They were playing Smash Brothers. And yeah, the friend was saying, oh yeah, I want to play a Sonic, but everyone at school says that Sonic is for boys and I shouldn't play for... It's like, no, that's just... Forget that noise. What do you mean you're a girl who's into football? That's just silly. No, man. You like what you like. Go with it. Okay, now, where things are going to get really fun is when I have to remember where my Ender is so I can heal up my tools. Oh, that's going to be its own special breed of fun. Especially since the one I've built in this world isn't nearly as good as the one I built over on Roguecraft the other day. Which, if you haven't seen that video, or you missed that stream, you can check that out on the YouTube channel. Which, here, maybe I will even drop that in there for you. But yeah, it's that was a fun thing. Enders are pretty straightforward to build, but man, the heights get me. The potential drop into the void as you get that first layer of a platform built, man. It's like, you know, that's not the greatest thing in the world to deal with. But yep, it's been fun seeing all the fun stuff. I said Obi-Wan Kenobi, excuse me, has been has been great. Been loving that show. Miss Marvel's been fun. I'm a little kind of questioning where they're going with it, which, you know, it's been 2 episodes, so it kind of makes sense. And I wasn't a huge fan of the comics, but that's more because I wasn't... I think I've figured out that comics are not quite my jam. Right? There's something about them, they don't quite work for me. And it's not that they're bad, they just don't flow the right way. The friendly potential to drop into the void helps the soul. Yeah. That's how that works. I do want to grab the copper that's down here, though. But yeah, it's interesting to see what they do with Miss Marvel, because Kamala's powers are different in the show. You know, so it'll be fun. They give you a snack box. Nice. Snack boxes are fun. I like a good snack. Oh, okay, so I only have to go down to... No. Not too much further. Okay. Yeah. I need to go down to there. That level. Roughly speaking. In fact... Actually, I said I needed to go down to 71. Probably what I need to go down to is 75. Because this is going to be a tunnel, so... So that's good. So I don't have to go down quite as far. Better grab some water. But, despite all of the changes, again, I really have been enjoying Miss Marvel. That show's been fun. It's nice to have something a little bit lighthearted from Marvel lately, you know? A lot of their recent stuff has been kind of dark, so it's nice to have something with a little more levity to it. Oreos, crackers, fruit snacks. Nice. That sounds tasty. Okay, so if I'm taking this down to 75, let's see, that row comes out. Yeah, need to do some stuff in there, but okay, so right about here. Cool. There we go. This should do it. Yeah, I made it a point when as the show was getting closer, Miss Marvel, I thought, you know what? I've not read this comic. And everyone says it's good. Obviously, they're making a movie about it. So I think what I'll do is I'll go read it. And they had a copy at the library. So it's like, cool. Let's get into this. And the comic was interesting. You know, wasn't a bad comic. It's just, as I said, I think I've decided that comics are just not quite my jam. Now, it's possible I just haven't found the right comics, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so this is going to come down that way, I think. Right, so it's going to come down here. Oops, come on. But it has been interesting seeing how they're tying in Kamala's Islamic heritage and what that means as part of the story and all that fun stuff. So, you know, so yeah, it's been fun. I'm really curious to see how it goes. I would have preferred that they not have the schedule overlap with Obi-Wan. Just so it's a little more convenient to watch both of them. But, you know, that's a me thing. That's not a Disney thing. Okay, so coming down here. You know, I probably should... Which... Oh, I got plenty of efficiency left on my... Or durability left on my pickaxe. But yeah, it's really interesting to see, you know, how they presented Kamala. You know, Avengers Con was fun. They showed that as part of it was the beginning of the first episode, and I guess Kamala is supposed to be this like epic fangirl. So you know, I can kind of see that, and you can totally see the fan culture that would build up around the Avengers and stuff if they were real. So, you know. So, yeah, that has been really interesting. You know, there's some things there's some things you know, it's a show about teenagers. There's teenage angst. I could do with a little bit less teenage angst in my life, but you know, fortunately the teenagers that live with me aren't particularly angsty, so at least I don't have that to add on to it. But fun stuff. You know, ouch, says the guy who didn't actually get hurt. Okay. Yes, progress is definitely being made here. Cool. Yeah, you know, I'd like to think I'm going to get this done tonight. I think that's going to be a little optimistic, but I'd still really like to think that. I could think that. I might be wrong, though. You know, and it's okay to be wrong. But hey... All right, you gotta go. Well, have fun, Neo. Take care. Thanks for swinging by. Hope the rest of your day is awesome and amazing. Okay. So, anyway, yeah, it's fun. Now, apparently there's a character in Miss Marvel that was in Spider-Man No Way Home. I saw No Way Home, but I missed the first about 15 minutes or so. So I have no idea who this character is. But he's one of the cops or something that was giving Peter Parker a hard time. It's the Department of Damage Control, I think they called it. Okay, so that is definitely starting to wear just a bit. So, but, okay, I have to get those from up there. Okay, so this is what I've got done, and this is what I have left to do. That's only been 20 minutes, but I do need to... I think I'll go take a moment and I'll drop off some of the stone and then go see if I can find my way back to the Ender for some XP. Because, you know, XP is a good thing. Okay. I could, in fact, end up with more... You know, I don't really need the mushrooms. I'll just get rid of those. All right, let's go see what I can find it. Yeah, it was interesting. There were a couple of spots on it that it's like, okay, this is a little weird. My viewing was a little tainted by one turning up a little late, for weird reasons. But whoa. What are you doing here? No! Okay. That's not ideal. Okay, that's just sick and wrong right there. Okay, I don't even have an ender chest on me. Okay. Oh, and I'm in the wrong portal. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. All right. See if maybe, I think this might be far enough away. Okay, this could be a problem. Okay. We're just gonna go straight up. All right. Nope. 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 Yeah. No. No. Well, I was looking for them. You know. I had a bunch of villagers. They were pillagers. They were coming for me. I thought I got them all, and then they just sort of disappeared. Well, that's where they are now. All right, let's see. Which way was it? I think this way? Okay. Enderman. Cool. Yeah, oh no, this is the gold farm. Which is not a bad place to get XP. If you're on the right side of the farm. Let's see if I can. Yeah, see, I can get XP. Whoa. Why does this feel broken? Oh, right. No, I can get XP here. But this is not that type of gold farm. This is right. This is just the right, that farm. Cool. Okay, cool. The good news is I have a gold farm. I don't know that I mentioned that on stream. I built a gold farm one day. Okay, nope, other way. Cool. On the plus side, this land is full of zombie piglins now, so got that going for it. Oh, okay, wrong way. This way. Oh, I only have 9 rockets, and I don't have an ender chest on me, so this could be a long walk. It's one of those things I should, you know, maybe put a sign up or something. All right. Oh, unfortunately, that involuntary exile is going to be a problem. All right, let's see now. One of these ways puts me in... Oh, this way. Cool. I was sort of hoping there'd be a ender chest in there, but there isn't. Okay, well, fine. Got a pumpkin head, but that's not as helpful as it could be either. Okay, well, I'm going to save my rockets and walk out to the farm. Oh, but yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home was okay. And so they've brought the Department of Damage Control in, and it's causing grief for, or thinking about causing grief for Kamala. You hadn't seen Homecoming. Okay. Yeah, let's close that. Yeah, it's having seen the previous entries in that trilogy. Those are definitely movies that have a unified story, right? Yep, this one's not as fast because I've got a smaller platform up here. I could try to make it bigger, but that's okay. Oi. That's right. Got to heal up my elytra and stuff too. It's all good. but I haven't seen any of the Amazing Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield. So, okay, he was there. That's great. Didn't have his background and stuff, but, you know, that was good to see him, I guess. But, man, I hated seeing No Way Home in the theater. Because the crowd cheered at everything. And it was so annoying. Because I couldn't hear the lines that were being said. I couldn't enjoy the movie. So I'm thinking I may just never go back to a movie theater. Especially since most of the movies I want to see are on Disney Plus, which I subscribe to, so, or will be on Disney Plus. Oh, sorry about that. I am choking on my spit. Not the most manly way of dealing with things. But still. Okay. Good news is my pickaxe is almost healed, so this is a good thing. It's any day now, guys. Like I said, this is not quite as efficient because it's a smaller spawning space up there. We'll just drop those out of the way. Okay, next. Okay, and then I'm seriously going to have to figure out how I'm going to deal with this curse I've got on me. Because I don't have any iron on me. I don't have any... I don't have any... So I can't make a bucket. I might be able to make it out to my industrial area. Ooh, that's gonna... Yeah, definite issues here. Hi, guys. We're gonna... Yeah, we'll just deal with this here, right? But yeah, so anyway, so Spider-Man was really cool, and so they're bringing some of the persecution that Spider-Man dealt with in that movie, and it looks like it's coming for Kamala, which in a lot of ways makes sense, I guess, story-wise, or at least the way they've set her up. She has a lot of the same things, faces the same issues as Peter Parker, so trying to merge life and superhero. Like Doctor Strange. I haven't seen the new one yet. I'm waiting for that one because, again, it's such a rough time with No Way Home. I decided I wasn't going to go see Doctor Strange in the theaters. So, I'm looking forward to see how that goes. I understand they kind of did Wanda a little bit dirty in that one. Kind of threw out some of her character stuff from WandaVision, but... Okay. But I'll have to see it and actually draw that... see what that looks like when I see it on my own. Okay, so, yeah, no spoils. Yeah. I haven't avoided spoilers for it, so I kind of know where things go. But... Okay. So I gotta solve this curse problem. Because the last thing I need to do is bring a raid into my... Okay. Oh, no. Oh no. Okay. So here's my problem. I'm in the end. It's a lovely place to be, right? there's no iron in the end. So, fine, there's no way out of the end except through the end portal, which is going to drop me back at my base right underneath my villager breeder. Or my trading hall, which means I'm going to be in the village. Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be bad. I just wanted to dig out a castle. All right. Things are about to get really messed up. Oh. It's gone. Sweet. Oh, there was no, that's good. That's good. There's my another chest. Oh no, I got perfect. I don't know if it was a bug or if it's original, it was designed, but yes, going through the end removes enchantments. Okay. Oh, man, you have no idea how happy I am not to have to deal with a raid around my base. If I were really lucky, I could get them all confined into this castle. Oh, that would be fun. Okay, so I'm going to take this down here real quick, just so I have an idea where this is supposed to go. Oh, man. So. Okay. Sweet. So I'm coming down to this level. You know, maybe it is. I was just trying to decide if is it better to go just back and forth from the top down? Probably is, to be honest. All right. Well, let's hop up there and get that done, I guess. All right, so just do it this way. It's just a little bit. It's a little bit hard to be precise with the Haste 2 beacon, but it's okay. We'll just deal with it. Okay, and I've made a mess, so that's making everything worse, but it's okay. I'll just come back and get that as I can. All right. But I have really liked how they've actually pulled in the TV shows into the MCU. They tried to do that, or at least that was the promise of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But Marvel Television and Marvel Studios, the movie branch of Marvel Studios, were technically two different things. And that led to some interesting conflicts between people. In fact, Kevin Feige was tempted to leave Marvel over it. I guess he actually had interviews with DC about taking over their stuff, which would have been a really interesting change, I suppose. But fortunately, that got sorted out. He didn't go anywhere, and we get the MCU we know and love. Okay. But yeah, it is. It's really cool seeing all of the stuff. Some of the Easter eggs at AvengerCon and Ms. Marvel were really interesting, because a lot of it was just the merch they had for their existing movies. It's like, oh, here's Ant-Man and the Wasp merch. We're just gonna throw this into into Miss Marvel at the con as convention swag. You know, stuff like that. It's sort of fun. It's like they don't know what Groot's name is, so they just call him Mr. Tree. You know, all that fun stuff. Okay, let's see if I can... Again, it's hard to be precise with Haste 2, but... Haste 2 and Efficiency 5. So, anyway, I've been loving most of the Marvel shows. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was really good. I don't know that I'll ever watch it again. Just because it was good, but it's a hard show to watch. There's a lot of difficult material in that one. How do I feel about another Joker movie? I don't care. I didn't see the first Joker movie. I didn't want to see the first Joker movie, so I guess congratulations on making a second one. Yeah. It's always a good thing, I suppose, to have more hero content. People apparently liked it, so, you know, makes sense to make another one. But yeah, it was a level of, I don't know, it was a little level of drama and stuff that I didn't like. So, I wasn't really excited about, so I just didn't feel the need to see Joker. Plus, I'm not exactly the biggest Batman fan in the world either, so the Bat universe doesn't really speak to me. And yes, Joker is standalone, I understand that, but still. Okay, just get all this stuff to... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are some interesting things. I mean, you can do some really fun stuff with Joker. He can be a compelling character, apparently. But, again, it's not really my cup of tea. Though there are a couple of things. Like, I was getting into the Broken Bat storyline from the comics, like, years ago. Oops, I don't have... is that stone now? Oh, that's cool. Which was sort of interesting. That story, Batman ends up fighting Bane and loses. And Bane breaks his back. So now what happens to Batman? They kind of use some of that storyline in that last Dark Knight, you know, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. And that was sort of interesting. I did really like The Dark Knight. That was good. But, again, the raw iron is not a bad thing. There we go. But, you know, they're talking about... I've heard a number of discussions about what this new Batman movie, or new Joker movie, excuse me, is going to be about. And I heard one comment, it's like, they're just going to tell a different origin story for Joker. And potentially this one might be a musical with Harley Quinn, with Lady Gaga starring as Harley, which would be odd, but okay. So, okay, let's grab those bricks. Thank you. So I guess that's could be interesting. So yeah, there can be a lot of interesting ways you can take somebody as messed up as Joker and tell something interesting, I guess. But honestly, I tend to like movies that are more fun, just because I like to watch them to escape from reality, which is has its enough problems on its own that I don't need to watch deep and depressing, movies. So most dramas tend to not be my thing. Yeah, I don't know. I liked Margot Robbie's portrayal of Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Um, I thought she got really fit the character that was originally laid out in the Batman animated movies or cartoon or yeah TV show. That's what I'm looking for. That was really good. The animated Batman stuff from the '90s. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I they could take it a number of different ways, and all of them have the potential to be very good. And then some of them, it could also just end up being very, very bad. So I don't know. I guess it'll be interesting to see. I mean, if you tell a compelling story, it doesn't really matter who your characters are. So, but don't know. It could be fun. At least I hope it's fun. But again, it's for a Joker movie. I'm not expecting fun. I'm expecting sort of deep drama, depressing, whatever. So it's like, yeah. All right. And I haven't been real thrilled with most of like the DC EU, right? Or whatever they're calling their cinematic universe, because it's been too dark. I didn't like Man of Steel. Um, I didn't really like Justice League. Now I haven't seen the 4-hour ridiculous cut or whatever, but and when it was there, it just was not my. It wasn't bad. It was just not. I just didn't like it much. Wonder Woman was fun. I did not see Wonder Woman 1984, but that's got some interesting problems with that one. Oh yeah, I've been really really enjoying Obi-Wan, and there are some great stories to tell with the rise of the Empire. Like I was really liking the cartoon The Bad Batch, right, which takes place right after the Clone Wars. Right, there's some great early Empire storytelling that you can get into. Some of it's a little dark, but Star Wars tends to be a series in general that is about hope. Yeah, so roughly 50, I think it's like 18 years. Because right now, Obi-Wan takes place 10 years from Order 66. Okay, so Luke and Leia are 10. And yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, I think Leia was supposed to have been 18. They mentioned her name, her age, excuse me, in Rebels. Which at the time I think was a couple years before A New Hope. So I think they said she was 16. So yeah, it sort of sits in that, whatever that time frame is. Ow. All right, let's get back up there. This is one of those times I kind of wish I still had a. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the neck. Oh, darn it. I needed that brick. Anyway, which I still had a Ender Pearl. Okay, there we go. But yeah, there's a lot of potential for some great storytelling at that time period. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. It said Obi-Wan was really good. Bad Batch is getting another season, so we get to see more of that group, and that's been fascinating. Now, admittedly, the Bad Batch has very much been Star Wars A-Team, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I liked the A-Team, so it has your typical 80s group, right? You got your brains, you got your brawn, you got the tech guy. You got and then I don't know, you got the sort of outsider who you get to explain everything to, right? In Omega. So yeah, so there are some great story possibilities there, and we're seeing that with actually some of the post Return of the Jedi era with Mandalorian and Boba Fett, now Ahsoka. So there's some. That's one of the things I like about Star Wars is they committed early to, well, yes, they reboot Legends, but after that, it's like, okay, everything we produce, it's the same universe, so we have to follow the same rules and the same history. And there is a lot of great storytelling to be had out there. And whether you want to deal with, sort of tyrannical government, you could step in during the Empire, which you're getting with Andor, which that also looks like an interesting show. I mean, casting Andor was not my favorite part of Rogue One, but on the other hand, K2SO was one of my favorite parts of Rogue One, so when he shows up again in hopefully season 2, because they've already said K2 is not in season 1. Alan Tudyk confirmed that, so. Which again is a little too bad because, there were parts of the sequel trilogy I really liked. The Last Jedi is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. As a parable about failure and overcoming failure, it is fabulous. There are some parts of it I don't like. I mean, they don't quite work for me. The whole Canto Bight sequence with Rose and Finn, that didn't work for me. I think there were some parts of that where just the characters make questionable decisions for plot-related reasons. Okay, but I really liked it for the most part. The Force Awakens was a little bit too close to A New Hope. And honestly, J.J. Abrams needs to be nowhere near a space movie ever. The dude does not understand space. Right? I didn't like his take on Star Trek. I did not like his take on Star Wars. Space, how space works just in general. So, yeah. Sorry, JJ, you may be a great director, but do something that's not space related, please. But yeah, Mando's been good. Of course, Mando season 2 was fun. I like that they were starting to pull in the Clone Wars and some of that stuff. I really enjoyed Book of Boba Fett. Curious to see how that goes. Now, I knew ahead of time, because they'd mentioned it early, that Book of Boba Fett was going to be kind of Mando season 2.5. So I wasn't too surprised when they had a couple of episodes that we're Din Djarin centric and not really Boba Fett centric. There we go. Again, I can words, but I know some people had some issues with that. Okay. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Ahsoka. Ahsoka Tano is... She might be my favorite character in Star Wars. It's hard to choose between Ahsoka and Han, but I really, really liked Ahsoka. And the way her story ended in the end of Clone Wars Season 7 was amazing and heartbreaking and awesome. And oh, man. So I love that. And the Ahsoka novel is really good. If you haven't had a chance to read that one, I think it's E.K. Johnston wrote that one. And yeah, excellent book. Okay. Well, dug a little deep there, but that's okay. At least I don't have to worry about a Balrog. I'm not quite that deep. So yeah, I think that's one of the things one of the reasons we're not seeing a lot of Star Wars movie news lately. Yeah, Taika Waititi's working on a Star Wars movie, and I guess Kevin Feige is supposed to be directing or producing a Star Wars movie, but that's about all we know. Patty Jenkins had a fighter pilot based one. It's a movie called Rogue Squadron that she was supposed to be doing, and that's been put on hold, canceled. Depends on which movie news site you listen to or read, but okay. You know what? I may actually be able to finish this. Oh, but this is going to take forever. But I was all excited about that. I was all into fighters and stuff when I was a kid. I wanted to be a fighter pilot for a while, and so that was exciting. Yeah, and well, Fett, it's interesting. Boba Fett takes place after this way, right? Takes place after Return of the Jedi, right during the Mando verse. No, this way, because it's by the Gold Farm. Or no, it's not. It's not by the Gold Farm. It is this way. I'll get it right one of these days. And so it's him dealing with what his life was before, and what he learns after. So it's a fun show. I liked it. Again, there are some design choices that I know there's some other people they weren't super thrilled with, but I really enjoyed it. No, nope, I don't have enough room. I guess I'm walking. I built this so that Endermen are not going to be able to get in here. They're not going to end up on top. The whole thing's covered in water. But, okay, let's go and close that. Yeah, the farm I built on Roguecraft isn't this complicated. Okay, that's getting close here. So it's actually almost middle-aged Fett because it's after Return of the Jedi. So and it's like 3, 4, 5 years after Return of the Jedi. They're a little. It's during The Mandalorian, so they're dealing with that sort of thing. Because Mando shows up in the latter half of that season. But, you know, it opens with him crawling out of the Sarlacc pit. So, you know, you get that fun. And Fett did something that actually was sort of surprising. So, when George Lucas went back and did the special editions, one of the things he did was change the Sarlacc in Return of the Jedi. Right? He added that weird beak thing to it, right? Because before it was basically just a hole with teeth. And he added that sort of Little Shop of Horrors beak thing to it. I wasn't super thrilled with it, but it is what it is. And the show made that scary and cool, so that was awesome. Yeah, and Boba Fett's young adult life, you get a lot of that in the Clone Wars. You see young Boba often. He usually shows up in a couple of episodes every season. So that was interesting. He was running a team of bounty hunters that had that included Aura Singh and Bosk. You know, some of the, you know, Bosk was in Empire Strikes Back. You see him on the Star Destroyer with Boba Fett, in fact. So you see some of that there. Okay. And if you've seen... Oops, I should sleep. If you've seen the Clone Wars, then there's some really rewarding parts to the Book of Boba Fett. All right. Cool. So I believe this is all down to the right level. Yep. Cool. I'm actually about halfway done. I might finish this today. That would be cool. But first, let's get up top and take all of this stuff off. Wear out my shovel now. But yeah, Book of Boba Fett was good. And it's interesting looking at... he's on Tatooine, and it's no secret. It was part of the trailers. He decides he's going to... Heck, it was at the end of... it was the end credit scene at the end of Mando Season 2. Is that Boba Fett goes to Jabba's palace and has decided he's going to take over what's left of Jabba's crime family. Take that over from Bib Fortuna and do all that goodness. So there's some interesting stuff about the power vacuum that happens when Jabba was killed. Obviously, the Empire's not around, so there's some interesting power dynamic stuff happening there. You know, so it's fun. And yeah, I said, you get a lot of Boba's younger years, you know, coming in from Clone Wars and stuff. And that's really interesting. Okay. Get this going. But yeah, there are a bunch of characters from that time I'd love to see show up in live action somehow. Hondo Anaka, who showed up a lot in Clone Wars and Rebels, is such a ridiculously silly character. But man, I would love to see more of him. He was a Weequay pirate. He led a pirate band. And in Clone Wars, he was a threat. Fun in all sorts of ways. But he managed to capture Obi-Wan and Anakin at one point. He captured Count Dooku and held him prisoner for a while. Yeah, so that lots of fun stuff. And he was just, in a lot of ways, sort of a Jack Sparrow type character, but definitely fun. So I'd love to see him show up a little bit more in some way. Which also, if you haven't seen Rebels, also an amazing show. Star Wars animation was the place to be for some of the best Star Wars storytelling since Return of the Jedi. Oh yeah, they've you want to know more of Dooku's backstory? I haven't read the book yet. But there's a book, or maybe it was a radio play. So it'd be on it was on, what was it on? Kindle? It was an audio drama. So it's an audiobook type thing called Jedi Lost that talks a lot about Dooku. Some of his time with Qui-Gon, a bunch of stuff. I haven't listened to this one myself yet. Maybe I should go take a look, see if I can find it. But he's definitely one you can get into and get more backstory. There's also a book I think called Master and Apprentice. I think it is that talks about some of that too. It's Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, but also some of Dooku, I think, before he leaves. I don't remember for sure. Again, I haven't read that one, but there's some great Dooku storytelling in some of the extended canon. All right, grab some of that stone brick. There it is. Oh, there's too much stuff. Sure. Let's throw that out. Okay. So, yeah, definitely worth checking that stuff out if you're into, if you want to get more Dooku knowledge. And yeah, he was sort of an interesting character, so. Heck, there's some good stuff about Dooku in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith. You get a little bit of his perspective on things when, at the beginning of that story when he's got Palpatine technically captive, even though that was part of Palpatine's plan, right? So yeah, that was interesting. Okay, let's see again. Get that. Oh, come on. Just not enough stuff. Yeah, Qui-Gon, but an Obi-Wan age. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff. I want to say Master and Apprentice talks about that, but I could be very wrong about that. Again, I haven't read it, so I don't know for sure. And I think Dooku Jedi Lost covers some of that stuff too, but again, you'd have to go through it. Or at least look up the story on Wikipedia and see what it's. At least you can get some of the synopsis over there. Heck, the Wikipedia page for Count Dooku is probably extensive, so. Yeah, I'm trying to think. We've learned some about Qui-Gon. There was some interesting Qui-Gon stuff at the end of season 6 of the Clone Wars. Yes, Qui-Gon was dead at that point, obviously, because you've got Obi-Wan training an adult Anakin. But there's some fun stuff about Qui-Gon through that last season. Or not last season. It was season 6. They thought it was going to be the last season. And so you get some fun stuff with that. One of the things you get from that story is that it's a story that mostly focuses on Yoda. And Yoda starts hearing Qui-Gon's voice. And it confuses him because Qui-Gon is dead. And the Jedi, just in general, are pretty convinced once somebody's dead, that's it. You don't get to hear from them again. Well, Qui-Gon was apparently one of the first to master that whole Force Ghost thing. Or to come close to mastery of it. And so Yoda learns how to do that stuff from him and teaches Obi-Wan. That's the training that he has for Obi-Wan at the end of Revenge of the Sith. It's how to commune with Qui-Gon. So, yeah. There's all sorts of fun little ties and things that have been coming through with some of the recent storytelling. It's been awesome. It's the time, almost. Actually, it's probably close enough. I can go find a bed here. I should also maybe think about crafting up some stone bricks and throwing some texture on this outside wall while I'm over here. Just because when I was texturing it in the first place, I was thinking it was going to be a cliff outside the cemetery. I wasn't expecting to make it a castle. Right, so that's... So yeah, that's a thing. Something to think on here a little bit. All right, just if I take out some of this wall, replace it. Here we go. There we go. Just start replacing this with a little bit of stone brick. Did I get it? Oh, missed a slot. Right there. Okay. Okay. I may add some more stone brick as I go. But for now, maybe I should just focus on digging for now. Oh, all of that other stuff is good to do. All the texturing and stuff, but man, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't gotten a whole lot of Mace storytelling. There was some in some good stuff in the Clone Wars. There are a couple of good ones. There's a great story arc in season 6 with Mace Windu. Mace Windu and Jar Jar Binks. You want to see a combination of characters that shouldn't work, but does? That is one of them. It was fascinating. He also shows up a little bit in was it? Yeah, it was season 7 of the Clone Wars. He's got some fun moments. All right. Okay, continuing on. Here we go. Oh, this might work. I might actually be able to do this. That would be really cool if I can if I could get this finished. Yeah, man, it is a fascinating story arc though, with Mace Windu and Jar Jar. There's the basic story is that there was a planet where some members of that species are force sensitive, but the species as a whole isn't. But their force sensitive members are disappearing, turning up dead and stuff like that. So, like their leadership. But the race does not trust the Jedi. They didn't like the Jedi taking the younglings as children away from their homes, you know. So they, I said, they just don't trust the Jedi. But it turns out that the Queen and Jar Jar were sort of a thing. They have a thing for each other, and so she calls on Representative Binks to help, and Mace Windu sort of tags along for the ride, and to help as he can and stuff. But it's very much Jar Jar's mission, and it's a great story. Ahmed Best comes back to voice Jar Jar. And yeah, it's a combination that you wouldn't think would work, but it is really fun. Okay. Yeah, and Mace has sort of the same opinion as most people about Jar Jar. It's like, can we not go with Jar Jar? Is there any way we could not? But yeah, it was really interesting. So, and it was just a really fun episode. Yeah, there's some great stuff. If you're into some of the Jedi from that era, definitely check out the Clone Wars cartoon, because man, that was good. It's one of those things I would love in the Obi-Wan series, and they're not going to do it, I think, because it would be too deep a cut. I would love to see a flashback to the Clone Wars, era, Obi-Wan and Anakin, where they're in the Clone Wars cartoon costumes, right? So Obi-Wan and Anakin both have bits and pieces of clone trooper armor on, right? They both wore sort of, it was almost like football shoulder pads that they wore, as well as the vambraces. And I'd love to see a flashback to that era, Obi-Wan and Anakin. You know, that'll flashback to, you know, Attack of the Clones pre-movie. Actually, there is there's a little flashback there, but I would love to see, Clone Wars cartoon era Obi-Wan and Anakin flashback, but sadly, that has not been a thing. Let's get that in there. Okay, there we go. Getting all this. But it's one thing, though, to know about me. I am a very positive Star Wars fan, right? I haven't liked everything they've done in Star Wars, but I love Star Wars, even when the stuff that doesn't work for me. Do I always like it? No. but it's Star Wars, and I just love Star Wars. So yeah, that's kind of. So even those things that I didn't like as much, like Rise of Skywalker and The Force Awakens, I still love those movies, even though they're not my favorite. There's still great stuff in those. And Rey is another character that I really like. I like her journey. I didn't like quite where they ended up taking her in Rise of Skywalker. I didn't like her being Palpatine's granddaughter. I really preferred her story as being Rey from nowhere. I liked the idea that it doesn't matter who you are or who your parents were. You can make the difference. And by making her Palpatine's granddaughter, I think they undercut that a little bit. But whoa, okay. There's a decided lack of land happening here. Let's just go ahead and just dig this down. Okay. I was kind of hoping I'd have a little bit more time to actually shape some of the outer walls of the castle, but I don't think I'm going to have that time. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie. All right. There we go. There we go. So I really love the shape of this hill. It's why I turned it into a castle. It just cried out that this is what this is. This hill is a castle, and it's going to be awkward to build some of it because I kind of followed the natural contours of the hill, which which were not simply straight walls and things. But I think this is going to be really cool when it's done. Yeah, there's some stuff about Mace too in the Revenge of the Sith novelization. One of the things it talks about with Mace is that he had a power that was sort of unusual among the Jedi. So he had the ability to sort of see connections between people. And so he could see the tightness of the connection between Anakin and Palpatine. That's one of the reasons that he didn't quite trust Anakin, amongst other things. He never really liked the whole Chosen One thing. But that was interesting. And then Mace was one of those. He studied. Ooh, okay, that didn't quite work. He studied the dark side, not to use it, but to understand it. And he is a more aggressive fighter than most of the other Jedi. And they talk about in that book that he had fought General Grievous at one point and lost. Because Grievous, in that book, one of his skills, being basically part droid, is that he had the ability to learn and adapt to anyone's fighting style. And for Mace, who was hyper aggressive, yeah, he learned that and learned how to counter it. But they talked about the reason they sent Obi-Wan in particular to capture General Grievous in Revenge of the Sith was because Obi-Wan's fighting style was primarily defensive. So there was nothing for Grievous to latch onto as a way to attack and to exploit that. So that was sort of interesting to see. Okay, just again, kind of fill this in, get a little texture, make this feel more like a wall and less like a cliff face. Arrows don't make good walls. Yeah, see, that's starting to look a little more wall-like, though I don't like that. Let's go ahead and just bring this down that way. Okay. Cool. There are a couple of those Jedi there, though, that I would love to learn more about. Which some of it, their stories are told in comics and stuff. As I mentioned, the comics don't tend to really work for me well. But Yaddle was a master on the Jedi Council, who you see at the beginning of episode 1, or beginning. You see it in some of those Jedi Council scenes in episode 1. Yaddle is the same species as Yoda. And she left the Jedi Council. I guess she had some disagreements or something. And that's a story I'd like to go read up on a little bit. There's another character. You actually see him somewhat in... there's a book called Dark Disciple. And it focuses on Asajj Ventress and... a Jedi whose name I am blanking on. And he got name dropped in Obi-Wan. Very much not exactly a stoner Jedi, but very much I'm just going to sit and chill, and I don't really care about the order and your rules and that type of thing. And they've mentioned that he's alive here during Obi-Wan, and I'd love to see some more storytelling about him. In Dark Disciple, he actually falls. He fell to the dark side, was Dooku's apprentice for a while, and then, or at least thought he was pretending to be Dooku's apprentice before he comes back to himself and realizes what he's done and what he's been doing. So, yeah, fascinating stuff. I've loved to see some more of that. Whether it's post Return of the Jedi or post Revenge of the Sith, just any of those would be fabulous to see. Okay, I'm picking up the copper, right? Yep. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, this layer comes out here. There we go. Might want to keep this diorite. Backstory on Maul. Yes. Yes, there is. There are, in the Clone Wars, there are a couple of very deep stories about Maul. One, so the stories kind of starts a little bit. You get Asajj Ventress who was Dooku's apprentice, basically, wanting revenge after he tried to kill her. Darkseid is not great on loyalty. Well, she ends up basically recruiting Maul's brother, Savage Opress, to go after Dooku. Well, that goes all sorts of wrong, but Savage goes hunting for his brother, who at this point, he survived the attack on and Naboo, right? For the in jeez, in the episode 1, Phantom Menace. But as part of that story, you get a lot of background on Maul and Maul's people and all of that sort of interesting stuff. And then so you get that, you find out, you know, he's still alive in Solo. You find out why. He takes over Mandalore. As he becomes the leader of Mandalore. What else? So there's lots of fun stuff there. The end of Clone Wars has one of the best lightsaber fights I've ever seen. And it's a battle between Ahsoka Tano and Darth Maul. Excellent stuff there. So you get a little bit of Maul's backstory. There's a comic, which, again, comics, I haven't read it, that's that focuses on Maul, and I forgot the name of it, but you could probably find it. But there's some great stuff there, and Maul, he turns up in Rebels. In fact, Rebels, you see the end of Darth Maul at the hands of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it is a very powerful scene where you get to see sort of the difference between Maul and Kenobi. Not just, you know, Maul is a dark side and Sith, but you kind of see the issues with that stuff. Yeah, Ahsoka, she does deal dual lightsabers. Depends on where you get her. When she starts, I'm not gonna make this my. Nope, I better go heal these up again. When she starts, she only uses one, but in, I forgot, season 3 or 4 of Clone Wars, she picks up a second lightsaber. And that's a story I'd love to see. They haven't told that one yet. But she picks up a second lightsaber. And, you know, one of these days I'll remember which way this goes. And yeah, so she fights two-handed off in... Oh, no, this is the wrong way, isn't it? Yep, that's the wrong way. Often she'll use it sort of sword and dirk style, or she'll do it because one lightsaber is smaller than the other, so she'll often use her main saber forward and then her smaller saber held in a reverse grip. But after Order 66, she abandons those lightsabers to help go into hiding. And there's a book, Ahsoka, again by E.K. Johnston. It talks about how she forges new lightsabers. There we go. Turns out she's really into Winto Green. No, she crafts new lightsabers, and you find out kind of how that happens and all that fun. So, okay, just pick those up. Haha! I shall kill you with carrots. Nice thing about that fall, those Endermen end up with like one life left, or one hit point left. But yeah, so she ends up with dual white lightsabers. And, yeah, so that's all sorts of fun. So, yeah, and you see, of course, she shows up in The Mandalorian. She showed up in Book of Boba Fett. You know, so... She was in Rebels. You know, she's got a extensive history. She shows up in Star Wars the TV quite a bit. I think she was Dave Filoni's favorite character. So I want to say he's got some deal where he's the only one allowed to tell Ahsoka stories. Come on down. There we go. Yeah, white lightsabers are rare. Yellow is also rare. Yellow was used by the Jedi Temple guards. White, I want to say Ahsoka's the only one in modern canon who's had a white lightsaber. In the EU, one of my favorite characters, a guy named Corran Horn, had a lightsaber that I think it was multiple colors, depending on the setting he used. And one of the blades was white. But, yeah, white is pretty rare. Her, so, one of the things you need to make a lightsaber is a kyber crystal, right? That's the crystal that's used to focus the energy and create the beam. Well, they established, actually partly through that book, but in a couple others, that Sith lightsabers are red because they corrupt the kyber crystal. Okay, they just they call it bleeding the saber, or bleeding the crystal, and that's what turns it red. Well, Ahsoka runs into an Inquisitor, or a couple of Inquisitors. And the Inquisitors use these double-bladed red lightsabers. And she recovers those kyber crystals and heals them. And that's what gives her her white blades. Oh yeah, fun stuff. Okay, I think I am done here. All right, goodbye. Enjoy. Have a nice trip. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because most lightsabers are blue or green. Said the Jedi Protectors were yellow, which was then fascinating when Rey's lightsaber was yellow. Because of the connection with the Jedi Temple guards. And then you get Samuel L. Jackson. his is purple because he's Samuel L. Jackson and he wanted a purple lightsaber. And so Lucas said, okay, we can do that. All right, I'm going to need some more. Need some more rockets. Okay. Yep. So there's some fun stuff. I don't remember if modern canon has actual meaning behind. Oh, hi. You know what? You can go away, please. It's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't know if modern canon has established any meaning behind the colors. There was some EU stuff that said, you know, the different colors would appear depending in part upon the strengths of the Jedi who forged them, forged the lightsabers. But yeah. The story on the purple crystal. Yeah, see, I don't know. And that could be in part because Mace Windu did study the dark side somewhat. He was sort of the Jedi Council's expert on that. So it's possible his lightsaber is purple because there's some red bleeding into it. But yeah, that would be fascinating to see. Why is that one? I think, oh, there is another Jedi who's had a purple one in the new High Republic books. I think it is. There's there's one person with a purple lightsaber, and she is referred to as a saber for hire. She left the Jedi Order, but still is going around helping people, sort of as a mercenary almost. And I think she had a purple lightsaber. Yeah, a lot of the High Republic books have been good too. If you're into reading some of that stuff, yeah, there's some good stuff there. But yeah, I don't know that they've ever said officially in canon why Mace Windu has such an unusual color for a lightsaber. But they did mention, and I can't remember exactly where it was mentioned, that he did study the dark side, and the nature of the dark side a little more extensively than some of the other members of the Jedi Council. But I don't know. I'm not. So I love Star Wars, but I'm not an expert or a trivia buff, and I haven't read all of the extended stuff. But yeah, there's definitely some fun storytelling to be had if they ever get to it. Okay, so getting down. I've got 2 more layers to go. I'm on 77. I need to get to 75. So, oh, I am actually going to finish this today. Sweet. Oh, this is good. This is going to be great. Oh, speaking of finishing things, also, even though that has actually nothing to do with it, I will be updating this world to 1.19 probably next week. So I don't know when I'm exactly going to stream this next, and I've got to do I want to do some chunk trimming and things like that, so that's going to take a little time. So next week, maybe next weekend, not like this one coming up, but the weekend after, I'll be updating to 119, so that's going to be fun. I am really looking forward to having frog lights available. Though they are going to be a pain in the neck to get. At least all of the different colors and different things that I want. But yeah, there's some fun stuff, and I just don't know quite all of what they want to do with Mace and all of that stuff. Where his official story ends up. Where the purple lightsaber, what prompts it and stuff. But yeah, there's some great stuff in the new High Republic books. I forgot what the first one is. Light of the Jedi, I think. I read it. Heck, I might even have it on the shelf. But it takes place a couple hundred years before the Phantom Menace. And it has some great stuff. The Jedi are the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy. That's just what they are and what they do, and no one's really questioning that. And there's some really good storytelling in that. And you see Yoda. You don't see Yoda. He's mentioned once or twice. He's sort of on sabbatical. See Tara Sinube, who had an unfortunate appearance in Obi-Wan as a dude in a jar. Oh, there's a fun character too, Tara Sinube. Okay, yeah, I could see that. It's like, okay, here, you gotta. Well, the one thing they have taught, or they have, they've told the story of is how Jedi get their kyber crystals. Oh, according to a link, anyway. Sorry if links aren't allowed. Yeah. And maybe that's it. Yeah, the Wikipedia has. Okay. Huh. I wonder what it caught. I don't have the AutoMod thing showing apparently, so I can't see. Oh no, there it is, just not there. Anyway, whatever it was, it thought it was a link. But in one of the episodes of Clone Wars, it talks about the Jedi younglings, when it comes time for them to build their own lightsaber, go to a planet called Ilum, which is the location of Starkiller Base if you want to get really geeky. And it's there they go find the particular kyber crystal that calls to them. And so that's fun. But obviously that's not the only way to get a kyber crystal for your lightsaber. As I said, Ahsoka took hers from an Inquisitor's lightsaber, so, you know. Phantom Com. Okay, right. It still sees it as a link, so, yeah. Yep. But yes, I'm not as caught up on a lot of the non-TV storytelling. I mean, I've read a few of the books, obviously, and but almost none of the comics. Some of the Dr. Aphra comics, they had them at the library, and I read those. Those were interesting too, but Aphra's an odd character. I guess she first appeared in one of the Darth Vader comics. I didn't read those ones, but I guess she was like a Vader fangirl. But she's an archaeologist, and so is hunting, sort of Indiana Jones type. But yeah, she was a Vader fangirl, worked for the Empire doing a lot of stuff before Vader tried to kill her, and then she went sort of independent. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a hole there. Cool. All right. So this is going to slide in this way. All right. We'll just throw some stone brick in here just for grins and giggles. And let's see. What do I have in the way of torches? Got a couple. All right. Light level overlay. Here we go. All right. So this way I can at least make sure nothing's going to spawn in here and kill me. Like those skeletons that showed up when I first got back, you know? I could deal with fewer of them in my life. All right. I love the light levels. If you ever make it back to Disney World, your wife will regret it. Yeah. Okay. Let's find a bed. Getting a little bit better with an elytra. Not great, mind you, but better. Okay, there we go. Sweet. All right, so let's get back up there. Now, I've got one other place I need to do, but this one, I need to trim this guy back here a little bit. But I don't think I'm going to take this one down quite as far. So basically what this is a little bit of a patio almost. And so it's definitely a separate section of the castle. And I don't know that I want to take it all the way down to what is basically ground level. Oh, yeah. Yep. I get it. I am buying a lightsaber, and I'm making my own, and yeah. Well, you budget for it, you know. This is part of... I am foregoing all this other stuff, but I am making a lightsaber. Yeah, I don't know. Yep, I want to get out to Galaxy's Edge and all that fun stuff, but it does have the drawback of being in Florida. I mean, I could go to California, but Florida has the better Universal Studios Harry Potter park, which my wife in particular is probably going to be into. I like Harry Potter, but I'm not into it as much as she is. On the other hand, she's not as into Star Wars as I am, so, you know, it kind of works out, you know. All right, grab some more stone, fill this in. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where this is, but man, I felt like I was an adult, right? Well, a few years ago, we took our kids out to California to Disneyland. This is before I think this was before the Disney acquisition. It was certainly before Disney set up all the Star Wars stuff. You know, Star Tours was there and stuff, but that was about it. And we're on our way out of the park, and there's the dude in the Donald Duck costume, and I fangirled over Donald Duck. I admit it. Donald Duck was one of my favorite characters from Disney space, and I absolutely had to get a picture with Donald Duck. I know, 100%, it's a dude in a costume, but I had to get a picture of me with Donald Duck. Okay. You got it right with Slytherin? Nice. Yeah, I took that test. I ended up in Ravenclaw. So, yeah, which makes sense to me. Yeah, science! But, all right. So I think for now, I'm going to leave that there. I don't know that I'm going to dig. If I need to dig down there, I will dig down there when I need to. But for now, I'm going to leave that as it is. All right. So there are a couple of places I've got some dirt, got some gaps here, which I'll fill in as I build the castle up. But we did it. All right. So let's hop up here for a minute. Okay. Nope. Did not make that landing. Oh, yeah. Any sort of landing on that wall is going to be at least 3 attempts and probably 3 or 4 chances to die. Okay. So look, here's the shape of this building, right? And it is really funky. It's really narrow here. But there was this natural cliff. This square was natural. I'm kind of thinking I might bring it all the way over to this corner and bring it out. Right? If I come in here, oops, Let's bring this across this way. Come on. Upsy daisy. There we go. I could bring this tower across like this. Well, cheese monkeys. Okay. All right. Torch. Torches are good. I like torches. Grab some more bricks. There we go. Yeah, that's totally. Off the ledge I go. But I could absolutely see bringing this tower out this way just a little bit. This is one of the reasons I like free cam. Yeah, some people see free cam as being a little cheaty, and I can understand why. But I like being able to just get a quick zoom out of the castle or whatever I'm building. Just take a look and see, what is this? How's it doing? Because, yeah, I like the idea, just as this comes around this way, of maybe having a taller tower here in the center area. On the other hand, maybe it doesn't need to be that. Maybe it doesn't need to be. I could, in fact. I've got lots of options here, and I don't understand any of them. But you know, there's possibilities. Okay. Also, it's dark up here. There we go. Let's I'm gonna go around and light up the tops of these walls. Huh? Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to get in there and do something. All right. I don't mind the stuff on the outside of the wall, but I do want to take this out. Yeah, so most of this stuff you can kind of see was natural even up to there. So yeah, just trying to figure out the shape of things. This is a very odd shape for a castle, and I'm okay with that. All right. Oh, I actually nailed that. I didn't want to, but I did. All right, so where's the stone? There we go. Okay, you gotta be careful with scaffolding. You can really hurt yourself with that. All right, let's go ahead and hop up here, fill in some of this, some of these gaps here. Maybe not with scaffolding. I mean, sure, you can have fun with scaffolding, but they can maybe not. All right, so get, there we go. Yep, gotta be careful with scaffolding. It'll break your ankles if you come down it too fast. Okay, so let's see now. Where else? There's some stuff around this side, as I recall. Yeah, right up there. Cool. I'll actually just go up right up this corner. And yeah, I said I have no idea how this, what this castle is going to look like, other than, hey, this just seemed like a really cool shape, and let's do something with it, right? All right, so I'm just going to come up and take out some of this dirt that's here. It's over that side. Okay. So, yeah, fun. But I'm glad I was able to get all the dirt out today. That was great. Okay. Just not at all what I had in mind. Okay. That's okay. Just take that out. Break an ankle coming down too fast. That's all good. Yeah. Cup of rice, a bowl of popcorn. Yeah, you know. Okay, I think think this is good. Are those... Yeah, those are safe enough. Other than the top of the wall up here. Okay. Where was it? That side. Hey, nope. Close! Okay. Torches. There we go. And then right over there. In fact, those three shouldn't even be there. Let's go around the other way. That'll work better. Just come around this side and see what I can do about this. Yeah, these guys right here. Okay. We got him. I got him. Okay, so that's going to come out this way. Yeah, it's just apparently I had a little bit off where the outer wall actually was. All right. Cool. So that comes out. And then doesn't come out. Okay. Don't need the light there, but we'll put it there anyway. Whew. All right. Well, I think this is going to be as good a place to stop as any. But, man, I love it. I love it. We got it done. I wasn't sure, but we did it. Oh, man. Going with popcorn, huh? Okay. Rice tomorrow with dinner. That's fair. Popcorn is tasty. Throw a little peanut butter and honey on that mess. Ah, so good. All right. Whew. All right. Well, let's come back here because it is about time to be calling it a day. Go ahead and pop up the end credits because y'all are awesome and amazing. And I definitely want to give y'all a shout out because you're great. Also, you can support me over there on Ko-fi. I've got some great supporters over there, so you can check that out. And, of course, follow me on all of the social medias, Twitter and TikTok and all that good stuff because, it's stuff and it's good. And I think that is actually going to do it for me today. Top with oil and salt. Sounds good. All right. I've got a whole bin full of popcorn seasoning, bacon and cheddar and sour cream and onion, I think, and jalapeno. We have to break some of that out here soon. But not right now. So I'll gonna go ahead and take off. See you next time. And until then, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.